Hey, beautiful people. I'm Mila.
Hey y'all, I'm Monika.
And thanks for joining us.
What's up, birds? How you doing, sis?
I am aligned and balanced.
All right, then it means that it's time to have a good conversation and have some laughs. So let's start with the important stuff. How was your week?
My week was great. Celebrating my birthday all week since it fell in the middle of the week. So
hmm I feel like you took two. Felt like you took 2 weekends. Like you started off last weekend, and then the weekend that just passed, you also kind of sent it out with a blast.
mm, no, last weekend, nah, I was anyway. That's personal issues, but yeah, I was just down for the count for a little bit, so
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
I had
that's
to
not
rest up.
why I saw the photos. Okay. So I know that you had a good weekend this weekend. Then. So that's what we will say.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Any highlights that you can share with us, ma'am?
That I mean, I had a couple dinners. I had a brunch with a girlfriend, and we had dinner at a Sin Steakhouse in Bellevue.
Mhm.
And it's an experience. The view was amazing, especially at sunset time with the
Okay.
corner table by the window.
Okay.
So it's an experience. It's nothing that I need to go do again. Maybe like once a year, but it's not. The food was good. The food was real good. It was better than the lobster shop.
I was just
And
gonna, girl. You read my mind. I was just gonna say, did it beat the lobster shop?
yeah, the food was good. So it's a definitely experience. I think everybody should treat themselves and go. You
Okay.
know?
All right. Well, you you heard it here first. So I like that. Okay. Well, that's really good, Monica. Now, for me, my takeaway for the week is be still and know that I'm God. And that is just how it is. Sometimes, especially me, because I can talk somebody down, and really drive people crazy and really reiterate a point and beat it over the head like it's going out of style. Just ask some of my exes. But this week, I just chilled out a little bit and I let God take the lead and fight these battles, and everything worked out. So I'm actually, feeling pretty good. No complaints over here.
Okay. In the
All
flow.
right. But I am excited because, girl, it feels like everything. I could tell it's a super moon gonna happen this week because I mean the stories, the things that are popping out, not only in Washington State but around the country, around the world. I mean things are things are wild, girl. I mean you have the Nigerians holding on and staying in the rudder of a ship and making it all the way to Brazil, 14 days in the Atlantic. I mean, girl, just craziness. Like, it is getting wild. It's wild times out here. And of course, here in Seattle, it's also Seafair weekend wrap up this weekend. So on the 6th, it will be the hydro races. So do you plan to be out on the water this weekend?
I plan to be out on the water, but I'm not watching the races. The Emoji Festival is the 5th and 6th at Judkins Park in Seattle.
Okay, well, and if you guys are not familiar with that, well, formerly the Soul Festival or the Black Festival. So yes, that is happening at Judkins Park, and we know that that is the AKA formerly the Hood Park. So that's going to
Yeah,
be
but
exciting.
Wapley will be performing. Kenyon Dixon, who we saw to open for Jill Scott, will be performing. Also, Will Jordan from Tacoma will be performing, and various other artists will be there. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. But they said it's
Okay,
gonna be a funky good time. It's gonna be sun. It's gonna be hot, and it's gonna be us out there. So yeah,
I like that. So it's this Friday and Saturday at Judkins Park in Seattle.
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Oh, even better.
Oh
Okay, I
no,
like
is
that.
that Friday the 5th and 6th? I can
No,
get it. My
no,
no
no,
no that's
no. It's
Saturday and
Friday. Yeah,
Sunday. Yep.
Saturday and Sunday. No, you had it right, sis. Don't let me throw you off. Now, you said music and good times, and it reminded me of a winery, but maybe we're not talking about that. So, all right, moving, moving right along. Then, I guess no one, the church didn't say amen, so I guess we are not
Mm-mm.
talking about that. So, what is good in the atmosphere? What do you have on your docket, Monika?
Well, like you had already mentioned, there is two supermoons in August,
Mm-hmm.
and it says bringing two supermoons in a row, clearing out 33 years of old negative karma, burning away your challenges. So, with August here, August 1st and the 31st, be the second and third supermoon of 2023,
Mm-hmm.
and burning away any blockages. It also means that we're going into retrograde after that. And so there's a lot of energy coming in. There's going to be a major flip to upgrade our finances and romantic love life,
Mm.
and challenges are burning away. But yeah, you just got to, stay in your flow, stay prayed up, and
Mm-hmm.
let it go.
Well, I like the stay prayed up part. Now, I'm going to ask you, when is that moon full again, hon? I didn't really get that.
There was one on August 1st, and the next one's on the 31st.
Okay, so we're already kind of in the shadow, the essence of it now. Okay, maybe that is why people were on some BS because, like I said, the tea was scalding. It was like everybody had something going on. Um, So yeah, okay, that sounds really good. So I do want to remind us, we are all about the aunties and the friendship and the sisterhood. And August 6th is officially Sisters Day. So grab your girlfriends, grab your real biological sisters, and show some love. It's gonna be a beautiful day. So maybe get out on the water, maybe go for brunch, send a text if nothing else. But it is sisters and friendship is also Friendship Day.
Mm-hmm.
This Sunday the 6th. So that's just an FYI.
Extra love on that day.
Hmm. So, ma'am, have you heard any stories that have caught your attention, that have made you go, that you thought were pretty wild? I mean, we share it with the people if you have.
I mean, I see stuff, but I'm just like, let me go mind my business, cause yeah, girl.
Well, I'm glad you minded your business, but I am not. Okay, I am. I am here for the distraction. Without throwing shade on people because everyone is trying to get it right and figure out life. But I guess before I get into the real hot community news, I was reading something recently about uh, the best states to live at, like the most expensive states and the cheaper states to live at. So it was actually featured in the CNBC News, and it was an article that they featured, and it was called "The Most and Least Expensive U.S. States Based on Average Monthly Cost." And so, we always like to play a couple of little games, get a little fun. And I'm just curious, Monika, without you, because I know you didn't really look at the list or anything like that. But what do you think is actually the top most expensive U.S. state to live in? Because we got some expensive ones out here.
Hawaii, New York, California.
You got Hawaii was actually number one. So you got that. Cali was number two. And you said New York. Actually, that was number seven.
Hmm.
But you didn't say one state.
Well, our state.
You better know it. Washington made that list of the most expensive states based on monthly costs, and we were number eight, followed
Mm.
by Colorado at number nine, and believe it or not, Alaska at number 10.
I can see why Alaska is, because they gotta ship a lot of stuff over there. There's a lot of taxes and stuff.
Yeah, very much so. I guess just like Hawaii, and Maryland made number five, which I thought was interesting. We know people in Maryland, and so
Well, it's next to DC, so yeah, I
yeah.
would expect that.
Now, can you tell me what would be the least expensive states to live
Alabama,
on?
Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky,
You know what? No Tennessee, no
Miss, Miss,
Kentucky was number six, and Alabama, girl, was the number one least
Mississippi.
expensive. Mississippi, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
It barely made the list. It was on number nine. So I, I
Mm.
know you said just guess South, But believe it or not, Missouri was number two, followed by New Mexico and South Dakota. So, very.
Yeah, that list, I'm thinking about their resources,
Mhm.
their healthcare system. Yeah, that's a no.
I know. Well, you know what? I didn't see the state that loves to be on the news. I didn't see any of the two states that love to be in the news lately, Texas or Florida, on these lists. So that's surprising. But I guess it wasn't the place where you're going to have the least amount of rights if you're a woman. So, okay, great. So, that was interesting. I just wanted to see kind of what your thoughts were, and you were pretty good though, girl. You actually got the number one for the cheapest in Alabama and the number one for the most expensive with Hawaii. So, you know,
That's
I
what
can't.
happens when you read.
I don't know who is not reading around here. Family, was that for? I guess you guys need to pick up a book. I guess a rainbow's gonna come right across your face right now. The more you know. So that was cute. That that was interesting. So speaking of reading, Monika, are you planning to go to Europe anytime soon?
You know what? These days, I really can't say if I'm planning or not because trips just be popping up on me. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Would I like to go to Europe? Yeah. Do I plan on it right now? Is right now it's a no, but I can't say it won't be no for sure later.
Okay, well, we like that because you like to stay booked and busy, and you are known as the outside auntie. So, I just people because I meant to mention it last week that of course U.S. citizens, be prepared when you're traveling to Europe in 2024. You'll need a visa now, which is different than your passport, as Monika would say, I guess read, but a visa is
Exactly.
very different than a passport. So it's going to be an application process. The European Travel Information and Authorization System is not just your traditional visa, and that's what you will go through. The cost of the application is going to be approximately $8. And it is applicable to all travelers of all ages. Once approved, the travel authorization will be valid for multiple entries over 3 years or until the traveler's passport expires. So, if you're planning to go over to Europe, make sure you apply for that visa before you step up there with your passport and get turned away. So, that
Okay.
was kind of.
Save your coins.
Hmm. So yeah, that was kind of something that I said. Oh yeah, that was interesting. And since it's the summer and people are traveling, if you have a chance to make it to Europe in 2023, I advise you to go ahead. If not, like Monika said, save those coins. Monika, don't you love it when I say it like that? So Monika, you know that I'm about to ask you something that you probably don't want to talk about. Or you're trying to avoid talking about, but we're going to talk about it. I think we've been hearing about the lawsuit. It came out this weekend that three of Lizzo's dancers, former backup dancers, are suing the sister uh, about a variety of things, from sexual and racial harassment, as well as a hostile work environment. And it was really surprising to a lot of people. And the story is developing, and of course, we're going to keep our eye on it. But I was wondering, what are some of your thoughts on it?
I don't really care for Lizzo anyways.
Oh no, that's the first time I've actually heard that, but I'm here for that tea. Okay, go on, girl. Tell me more.
Yeah, I'm not a Lizzo fan. No shade to her. She has talent, but I'm not. So, um,
Mm. Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
entertainment celebrities like they can get caught up in a lot of stuff. So, if you're not being true to yourself and authentic and in integrity, it will pop off.
Girl, don't say I like how you said that if you're not living authentically and with integrity. To me, sometimes I feel like she has that pick me spirit on her. And so she does a lot of things in the name of body positivity, but I think you're doing a lot of things because you want to be a city girl. You want to be the jump off, but
And once again, I'm gonna say, yeah, she might need to shut some stuff down and go talk to somebody that's licensed.
girl. Mm, I we definitely we definitely advocate for sitting down and talking to someone. It was really interesting because initially, People Magazine and then of course Daily Mail and everyone had an article on it about the incident, and like I said, three of her dancers. But what I found interesting was before she actually came out with her statement, because she has since today we're recording on Thursday, so she has come out with a response. But the interesting part was two more people who are associated with her. One, another former dancer, came out in solidarity, even though she's not suing and not part of the lawsuit. She just affirmed these ladies. She said, they are not wrong. They are telling the truth. This is what happened. And I'm traumatized from my experience working with Lizzo. And then a sister who was, I guess, going to do a documentary for her or some kind of recording of a concert, spoke about at length on how she felt gaslit by Lizzo, how Lizzo wasn't really authentic or who she is pretending. Like she's well curated and crafted, but she is not necessarily authentic. And the sister did make the emphasis that she quit within 3 weeks of starting the project. And she also mentioned, it doesn't surprise me that a white man would actually be the one who would do the documentary. And I said, I don't know what that means, girl, but tell me more. You don't think she can work with women, let alone women of color? So all of this is very off brand for Lizzo. So we will be paying attention. I mean, I hope I mean, the thing is, Lizzo is young. She's 35. So I know that sometimes at 35 you don't get it, and you're still trying to figure your stuff out, and you have celebrity, and you might have now
She
money.
needs a mentor. And like who's the elder woman in her life that she goes to or speaks to, like,
I'm not
because
sure she does. I'm not sure that a lot of these celebrities want the truth once they hit a certain level. They like yes people around. And I think you'll see a lot of Hollywood celebrities, not just Lizzo, not just, all ethnicities, all people in Hollywood. At some point, when you get only yes people around you, you usually are about to have a fall.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's no one to keep it real with you, to put things in perspective. Like, hell no. Like, absolutely not. Like,
Right.
her dancers were saying things like she was asking them to like rub on naked people, off hours when it had nothing to do with work, but they felt pressured to go out with her. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine. And then it made me think of a story, story time, sidebar. And I remember being young and living in another state and going out with supervisors of the said job. And I remember the female supervisor when she was getting ready to call it a night, because she was married. She was still youngish, I'll say maybe 25 to 26. But she looked at me and she said, "Are you okay? You good being here?" And she was leaving me with male supervisors. And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 I'm fine," because I was very green, I'll say that. And then the night did get weird. Like they said crazy stuff like, "Oh, we don't swamp dive, but we're willing to try it." I was like, swamp dive? What is swamp diving? Have you heard that expression before, Monika?
I have, and I'm like, where's HR?
But see, we were after hours. So that's the
Mm.
thing, and so that's kind of how it took me back to Lizzo and her dancers, and and it basically meant they didn't mess with black women or anything black, because of course I was in a southern place at the time, and I was young and I didn't really know what it meant. They kind of cleared it up for me, but once I got myself free of that situation, yeah, I said no, never, never again. You got to be smarter and work smarter, not harder. And
Mm-hmm.
so I can understand, because one of the dancers, she said she was a virgin and they put her virginity out there, and then they would shame people who weren't virgin. It was just a lot of foolishness. But like, have you ever felt pressure to go out with your coworkers, not even your management, but like with coworkers, and realize, I don't really want to be here?
No, girl, I don't make friends at work like that. I really don't. I'm not pressured to go out with no coworkers ever.
And you know what, y'all? Monika is telling the truth, because I remember when I first met her at work. Oh my goodness, man! She would come in with the with her head wraps, and she was not, honey. She was not trying to meet nobody. She was not trying to say nothing. It didn't matter if it was like 15 sisters. She was like, and she would just go and do her job and like leave. And We were all like, well, okay. I was like, the sister looks interesting. I don't even really remember how I eventually broke the ice because you know it had to be me who broke the ice because that ain't even Monika's energy. But once the ice was broken, I think we started going out, and the rest is friendship history. But no, I mean, okay, I guess that's true. But on the flip side, I have been someone that has gone out a lot, especially with between 20 and 30 with your coworkers and you're getting your work friends, you're establishing the tea, and it's just part of, playing whatever corporate game you're playing. But I know that by the time I got into my 30s, I don't really love going out all the time with my coworkers because you know, I didn't want to know everything that people were doing because I didn't want it to be something where I didn't want people in my business like that, and I didn't want to be in theirs.
No,
But
work is work. I might have
mhm,
had maybe one friend at work, but like really everybody else was just acquaintances. Nope.
yeah, and I could understand that too. It's kind of like separation of church and state. It's like, okay, what I do at work, I can be polite and friendly, but and a lot of people know a lot of my business, but then you don't. I was like, then you don't know off hours. You don't know South Seattle. You don't know South Seattle, Mila. It's just you just don't. Because why would you? Y'all want to be open Capitol Hill, okay? Y'all don't want to be out here in the in the hood with me doing what I'm doing. You sure don't want to be Lakewood Mila. So I definitely get it, and I can appreciate that. But I would see coworkers who would go out together hard, and then they fall out, and then everybody know the business, in the department, and then people are looking at each other. I've seen people lose their job messing around that way because it just depends on how mad your coworker gets. So that is a lesson and a little tip. All these people you're trying to make your BFF from work, do it with caution and with a spirit of discernment because they're your friend today, they're your enemy or your competition tomorrow. And that's just living in the light and love. It's just saying, be realistic, okay? Like, is this person going to turn on you? How much of your business do they need to know? And really, what's their background? See, I think the people I'm closest with, I realized I met their family and I knew who they were as people, and then it made me feel okay.
Work is what it says work. Moving along.
Okay, so I saw another edition of celebrities behaving hella wildly. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, actually, when you went to Cali for Jill Scott, and we were commenting on why do people go to concerts to be messing with the entertainment, like throwing things at them, and it was like we were referring to, I think it was BB Rexa. You weren't really familiar with her, but someone had thrown a cell phone up at her and hit her in the face, and she had to get stitches, and it was a whole thing, breaking news. So, recently someone threw water at or a drink at Cardi B. Have you heard that story, Monika?
I saw that and she needs Beyonce security. That's all my thoughts on that.
That's what you think. Well, you know what? I've gone to enough Beyonce concerts to realize that when you're on the floor, the ground floor for a Beyonce concert, one thing they don't let you do is they don't let you have certain kind of cups, certain kind of bottles. They don't do bottles. They don't none of that. You have to drink that out of a plastic cup, and you'll never be close enough to toss anything at her. And I think you would be scared to do that at a Beyonce concert because the people probably would turn on you. Like, yeah, the cup could get in the air, but it wouldn't reach Beyonce. But all them people around you probably gonna jump on you. That's what I bet. The beehive will
Again,
swarm
she
you.
needs she needs Beyonce security because he's the head of security. So I'm pretty sure he's taking care of all of them things, and people underneath him are taking care of all of them things. I don't know what type of security Cardi B got, but it ain't enough, girl.
Well, no, when I watched the video though, no, in fairness, Monika, because I looked at the video, I did the research for us here. Her security swarmed the person, they swarmed the situation really good. She had kind of went over to that corner of the stage and they threw a cup. And the cup didn't hit her. I think it was just the liquid. And I don't blame her because that's considered assault. Because it could be like spitting. Certain things are considered assault.
But
You
I'm
know,
talking about preventative maintenance, so that didn't even have to come into play. Like you said, that's not happening at Beyonce's concert.
But I think that's more of the beehive or whatever. But I heard someone shady say that they needed to do something when she played that tired ass song. I said, wait, no, that was a banger from Cardi. Don't put it on the song. But yes, it's not even that because I guess whoever did that must have been maybe drunk or high themselves. Because the reality is, if you ever watched Cardi B on Love and Hip Hop before she was the Cardi B, I mean, when she was still coming up and making a name for herself and all that, she was quick to throw them hands and act a fool. So she had precision like aim when she threw that mic back at I don't know if she hit the right woman in the crowd, but she definitely tagged someone in the head with that mic. And yeah, so don't try these celebrities because every celebrity doesn't have good sense. They haven't all gone to therapy yet, and they don't all realize what is at stake or what they have to lose. Some of them will just, like you, Monika, you mentioned it on the show. You said snap. You said people can snap. You said snapping is very real. So I believe that. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that. Yeah, I definitely believe that. So that was kind of something from my arsenal. Now, Monika, you said you were watching films and television this week. Tell us about what you saw and what you thought.
No, I rewatched Brooklyn's Finest, with Wesley Snipes, and also I watched World War Z.
Hmm.
I didn't know it came out in 2013, but they was trying to warn y'all. They was really trying to warn y'all. Y'all be thinking these movies are just for entertainment. My ass.
And what was the takeaway for me for World War Z? Because I've been into the zombie thing. I mean, it came out during the height of and when everybody was going crazy for zombie lore, and zombies are always they're fascinating, just like vampire lore to me.
People need
So
to they need to stay aware. You need to get ready. You need to stay aware. I mean, we can go about our lives and everything's honky dory, but once the alien land, your eyes bug out and you think it was just a game? You think it was just a joke?
and hey, and it's funny that you would bring up the aliens again, girl, because people are talking about it once again because there was, I guess, a testimony before some kind of House committee about the aliens
Yeah,
or.
the CIA agent, there was a hearing. Mhm.
Yep. So I'm like, honey, these aliens, these extraterrestrials, they're among us. They're among us.
They might be your coworker at work.
And that's why you don't be messing with your that's why you don't be messing with your coworker. Okay, yeah, I
Or it
like
might
that.
be your neighbor across the street.
I mean, okay, so what do you suggest the people do then, Monika? What do we do then?
Like you said, you better get into the word. You better go get your just have some stuff on hand just in case you ain't able to get where you need to get to. Just
Just
in case there's that military where they take over.
oh, a coup?
No, not a coup. With a yeah, I can't remember the
Martial law?
yeah, girl. Mm-hmm.
Uh, oh, okay, you said things gonna get crazy. They gonna get they gonna get worse before they get better.
Yeah, because I don't, me personally, I don't think the government's going to give us enough warning before anything major happens like that.
All right. See, in case you didn't realize that outside Auntie was also conspiracy theory Auntie, now you know.
Yeah, but moving along.
Okay, so moving right along with speaking of things that don't make any sense, um, I know that you were not going to see Barbie. We'd already discussed it, but I did see the Barbie movie. I did, and I say that Margot Robbie, hmm the cast stellar. They had to work with the script that they were working with. It was pretty good. There were a couple of moments, but that's not what I want to talk about with Barbie. I actually want to talk about people not being sensitive to other people. Like, I don't know how the whole what is Oppenheimer and Barbie mashup became a big thing because they were both being launched on the same weekend here, but they struck a nerve over in Japan because the atomic bomb was actually dropped there. And so I was just thinking, Barbie is really doing a lot of backpedaling because Barbie hasn't premiered in Japan yet. It's going to premiere, I guess, 4 or 5 days after the anniversary of the dropping of the atomic bomb. And so they're hoping not to get a boycott. They're hoping that Barbie is very successful because that's a market that I think they're expecting to do really well in. And right now, Barbie has racked up, I believe, a little bit more than $770 million globally. But that whole comparison to the Barbieheimer or whatever they were calling it, really a bad misstep in Japan. The people were like, "What? Like this isn't a game. This is really this happened to us."
Again, people not being aware of other things outside of them and just looking at the money part of it.
Exactly. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, you got to be sensitive. That the atomic bomb, Hiroshima, that people are still, living in the shadow of that. The fallout of that, the pollution, the way they evolved, the way they've changed things because of that incident. So that's nothing to be taken, lightly. And I don't know why I never want to see that movie. They're saying that the actor who plays the title character Oppenheimer, that he will probably get an Academy Award because he had to lose weight for the role and he was on a strict diet. I don't know if that's a good enough of a reason to win an Academy Award, but we'll see when it comes time for award season, right?
You'll be watching.
Oh, girl, honey, I stay up on the entertainment the same way you like to be up on the music. I definitely know I'm gonna be watching. So, no shade there. Also, had you heard about China's fake sun bears at the zoo?
Mm-mm.
Girl, like I said, you've been outside and I've been inside, so I'm I'm keeping you up on all the stuff. Recently, China was accused of having fake sun bears. That the sun bears are just humans in costumes at their zoo. And I looked at the pictures, and I'm like, you know what? It's China. I believe they're I believe they're people in costumes. I don't believe them are sun bears. I mean, they look very similar to sun bears, and China really tried to explain all of the things that people had, like, well, sun bears have saggy skin because of this, or sun bears stand up on two legs like this to get the honey. But what they couldn't explain is the sun bear at the zoo didn't have the traditional long tongue of the sun bears because sun bears have long tongues to get the honey. I was like, that's weird. Would you go to a zoo that had fake animals or animals that were in costumes, Monika?
No, I really don't like to go to zoos that much.
When was the last time you went to the zoo?
Probably like some years ago.
Who did you go to the zoo with?
Probably my nephew.
Okay. I was like, yeah, that's what I had to think. I said the last time I went to the zoo, I was like, yeah, I was with taking some kids. I was like, oh, girl. No, honey, the zoo done got wildly expensive though for like random stuff. I was like, we were down at the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, damn, okay, get that money, zoo. But yeah, no. So I was kind of, I was surprised. I was really surprised about the fake animals, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, because there's a lot of controversy to zoos now, anyway. But with that being said, Monika, what is the business of the week?
The business of the week is it's called the Pink. And they go by Lava Latte. It is a black owned, woman owned in Tacoma,
Okay.
downtown Tacoma. And they are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday from 9 to 3, 1102 South Yakima Avenue in 10. And looks like it was the owner's birthday probably a day or two ago. So we're going to go ahead and shout her out. Happy belated birthday and get to the pink.
The Pink. Okay, a coffee shop. We love that. I mean, who doesn't? Have you tried it out yet for yourself, Monika?
I have not, but I will make my way down there when I'm back in downtown Tacoma.
Okay, well, that definitely sounds like a plan. And of course, you know that we always like to get people together for August and talk about what kind of month it is. It is officially National Dog Month in August. It's Back to School Month. It is Family Fun Month and also Happiness Happens Month. So, all good things to be aware of. It's also National Catfish Month, which I don't know why. I just wanted to say that because I'm feeling the catfish. I think the catfish be really unloved, but and it's also Awareness Month. So, you know, things to think about. And if you're trifling out there, it's Child Support Awareness Month as well. Get caught up on your child support. And just like Monika had the business of the week, it is Black Business Month, August. So, you know, support your local Black businesses, whatever they may be. If you're not sure of one, Google it, find out, and go give them some money. We all need it.
And go to the Eat Okra app.
Yeah, if you're looking for a restaurant, we definitely have talked about that app before. I find it really helpful because it not only gives you the restaurants, but it will also give you different food centered products, whether it's spices or herbs or whatever that are related to food and condiments and things like that. So, really good app out there. And so that is really the gist of it. Now, Monika, is there anything else that I am forgetting to tell the people this week?
Nope. Lather yourself with some coconut oil or get some sunscreen, get a hat,
Sunscreen.
get your sunglasses, and enjoy your life and have fun. Be kind.
Yeah, amen. And then remember, it is Seafair weekend, so if you're in Seattle, be prepared for, you know, hectic traffic, but definitely enjoy yourself and be safe.
Peace.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I know you thought you were done with the episode, but we couldn't leave without showing major love to one of our former guests from November 24th of last year, the I Care For You episode, and Monika's sister cousin and fellow Leo. Sakina, happy birthday and enjoy your week. You know we have to show love around here. Now, everyone else, have a good weekend. Bye. Monika, where can they find us again?
They can find us on Anchor, Spotify, and now iTunes. And please like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment. You can shoot us an email or a voice message if you'd like. And with all that, love and gratitude.
Remember to call your aunties or your girlfriends and say hi. Bye.